Exploring online and offline resources. We are living in the information age. Search for information is only a click away on the internet. Any information we wanted can be retrieved from web in seconds. Articles published in newspapers are linear. They generally follow one subject after another in a single coherent path. Web pages are non-linear. In a web page, links are incorporated to other sites where information distantly related to the subject is also linked. A reporter or editor should be focused, otherwise there is a possibility of getting derailed and spending on irrelevant topics. Specific relevant words have to be used to retrieve information about our interest. Government and commercial databases have to be searched for retrieving information. Depending on our topic, offline resources like published material can be used as a reference. In-depth journalism is exploratory in nature. Online journalism provides unlimited news flow. Complex issues can be simplified. Specific of any issue can be clearly explained. Internet, a journalistic tool. Websites. Journalists can use internet for exploring websites pertaining to different types of reporting. For information, journalists can visit Reporters Without Borders, Poynter Institute, International Federation of Journalists, International Freedom of Expression Exchange, etc. Databases. Various databases like Wikipedia, Microsoft Encarta, Encyclopedia Britannica, etc. can be accessed by journalists for information. Experts. JournalismNet and ProfNet are sources for expert advice from all over the world. Figures and statistics. National and international organizations' websites can be approached for figures and statistics. Word dictionaries, style guides, quotations, translators, maps and other information can be accessed on internet. Various search engines and meta search engines can be used to access information on internet. Conducting online interviews. Due to the availability of technology, conducting online interviews has become easy. Accessibility to the internet and devices like mobile apps, voice recorders and portable cameras, etc. has made conducting interviews effortless. Now interviews can go digitally live on social media platforms like YouTube, Facebook, or using apps like Open Broadcasting Softwares and Zoom and Cisco WebEx, etc. Writing and editing online stories. As we discussed earlier, web is a non-linear medium. When we land up to read a story on the home page, apart from story we want to read, we also come across hyperlinks leading to other stories. On the home page, links are provided based on categories. Depending on the reader's interest, they can choose a story and dive in. Sometimes teasers are also provided in the form of words in the paragraph. Teasers drive us to a new story on the web. Reporters and sub-editors also provide URLs below the story. Today's readers are in a hurry and lack patience. So headlines to a story should be attention-grabbing, to the point, concise and informative. A headline must pull the reader by informing the reader about the story. So an informative headline with strong verbs and highlighting the story should be written by the editor. As the news hole in online journalism is unlimited, a story can be probed in depth. As many sidebars can be added. Useful hyperlinks can be given. Usually, online readers wish to read news stories comprehensively. If information is given, the readers would not hesitate to go deeper. Andy Beers, former executive producer of MSNBC News, says that people feel much empowered by the web. We have to learn to use those capabilities that can change the way they get information. We are involving the audience and allowing them to be in control. That's a very powerful thing. Writing process for online story. Writing in non-linear form requires a different way of planning, organizing and crafting a story. For any medium, writing stories involves planning, gathering, organizing and writing and rewriting. On the contrary, online news requires certain unique elements to writing for the web. For any major online media websites involves a team, a writer, an editor and technical staff, including a multimedia specialist. Online stories need hyperlinks to web pages. They also contain multimedia elements such as audio or video accompanying a story. It may also contain visual elements like maps, photos, etc. Web stories might also involve discussions and interactive platforms. Web editors, designers, multimedia specialists will also be a part of developing a story. Online storytelling in nonlinear, and the process involved is deconstructing and reconstructing. Dividing the story into component pieces, then finding the similarities and the relationship within the components parts and the grouping them is deconstructing. Further, using a storyboard to diagram the relationship between the grouping is reconstructing a story. Good writing attracts good readers. Content dictates the style. Inverted pyramid style helps the scanners. Writers should entice the readers by writing in short paragraphs, writing subheads, and listing the components will facilitate the readers in scanning the write-up. Information should be broken into subtopics and knit non-linear parts. The web has unlimited space, readers don't have unlimited attention. So every unnecessary word, conjunction and adjective should be cut. Good journalism is identification, selection, collection and presentation of information. It is imaginative, sensitive and skillful. It could be taxing and challenging. Online journalism is unique medium. It is multidimensional and user-driven. Journalism is finding newsworthy information, events, facts, opinions and experiences to the readers. All the information gathered should be checked for accuracy and relevance. A journalist should always provide valuable and exciting information to the readers. A good journalist should be an ace researcher and reporter. A good editor should construct the news story and publish it on the web. As Leslie Sellers remarks in his invaluable text, The Simple Subs book, published in 1968. Over long sentences are death to readability. They are usually of involved construction, and involved sentences have to be read twice to get their full meaning. Nothing that cannot be absorbed in first reading ought to be appear in a newspaper. However, night after night and week after week, these jigsaw puzzles get into print. According to Craig, Online Journalists and Content Development, Guidelines for Good Journalists: reporting objectively, writing in a way so as to arouse interest in the readers, using relevant photographs, incorporating video and audio wherever it is needed, stretching the medium, exploiting the strength of the medium, immediacy, interactivity, multimedia and depth, deconstruct, reconstruct and storyboard. Technology should be used wherever it is necessary, should incorporate whatever is necessary for strengthening the story. Otherwise, it becomes a visual noise. Content should be targeted at a segment. Usually, segmentation comes under the influence of the story's characteristics, the reader's interests and priorities. The delivery of the platform should also be taken into consideration. Online readers want the non-linear structure of news presented on a web page. Readers want news at any time and any place. Jacob Nielsen offers specific rules to be followed for writing on the web. Be concise, use hypertext, write for the scannability, use plain language and pyramid structure. Generally, readers skim and scan the web page, so headlines and text should grab the attention of the readers. Readers are impatient, so we should put the information to the point. Readers have to be hooked with an interesting lead. Headlines should be written in simple language and informative. In web pages, links for additional information can be provided. Crawford Killian emphasizes the importance of hooking an impatient visitor. Young readers are skimming and scanning, so use both headlines and text to grab them. His advice is make headlines simple and informative. Use quotation marks in text because people seem to prefer what someone said. Include questions as they make us seek the answer. Include unusual statements as readers love to be surprised. Include the promise of conflict. We love fights. Use news specs to tie content to the coattails of some big current event and address the readers directly.